Hi students, in this video we are going to learn about sum of n terms in GP. We are going to see the formula for this expression, and then we are not going to see the proof of this formula because proof is not required at this stage. We know that sum of n terms in a GP can also be represented as Sn, and the formula is a into 1 minus r power n. This power n is only for this r. Okay, it is not for entire 1 minus r whole power n. I repeat it once again, this power n belongs to only this r, not for this one. And a into 1 minus r power n divided by 1 minus r. This formula can be applied only when the r value, that is common ratio value, is less than 1. Modulus of r value is less than 1 means we can use this formula. In case common ratio value, the modulus of common ratio value is greater than 1, we will use this formula, that is sum of n terms Sn is equal to a into r power n minus 1 divided by r minus 1. We can use these two formulae to find out sum of n terms in GP. But before using this formula, we have to calculate the common ratio, and then we have to take modulus value. If it is less than 1, this formula should be applied. When the modulus r value is greater than 1, we will apply this formula. Now we are going to see problems related to this concept. Here the question is 0.15, 0.015, 0.0015. We need to find the sum of first 20 terms. We know first we need to calculate the common ratio. Based on that common ratio value only, we can use any one of these formulae. First we will calculate the common ratio. Common ratio can be calculated using a2 divided by a1. So 0.015 divided by 0.15. In order to make it this as a whole number, we are multiplying the numerator by 1000, because after the decimal point there are 3 digits. Hence we are multiplying it by 1000, and then when a fraction is multiplied by number, means the denominator also should be multiplied by the same value. So we get 15 divided by 150. When we cancel it, we get 1 by 10. This 1 by 10 can be written as 0.1. Hence the ratio value, common ratio value, is equal to 0.1. We know that modulus of 0.1 is again 0.1, which is less than 1. Hence we will use the formula a into 1 minus r power n divided by 1 minus r. So we got the value of r. From the series we can find out the value of a, and number of terms is 20. Hence we are using this formula. In this, corresponding values will be substituted in the corresponding place, and when we simplify it, we are getting this final answer. We need not do we need not find out 0.1 to the power of 20. I hope you can understand this problem. Now we move on to the next question. We have to find out the sum of first n terms of this GP, where a is equal to root 7 and the second term is root 21. We need to find out the common ratio value. So r can be calculated using root 21 divided by root 7. Root 21 can be written as root 3 into root 7 divided by this root 7 as it is. So when we cancel root 7, we are getting common ratio value as square root of 3. Modulus of square root of 3 is again square root of 3, which is approximately greater than 1. This value square root of 3 is greater than 1. Hence we will apply the formula where r value is greater than 1, means we will apply a into r power n minus 1 divided by r minus 1. We got all the necessary value here. We need to find out sum of n terms. In place of a, we will substitute root 7. In place of r, we are substituting root 3 power n as it is, and we are doing the simplification. It is just an 8th standard, 9th standard concept. Here we have irrational number, hence numerator and denominators of this fraction is multiplied by its conjugate. So finally we are getting this. This simplification is just based on 8th and 9th standard concept. I hope you understand this problem. Now we move on to the next problem. Here Again we need to find out sum of n terms of this GP. 1 comma minus a square comma minus a. We know that first term a is equal to 1. Then we need to calculate common ratio. Common ratio can be calculated by dividing the second term by first term. So minus a divided by 1, which is minus 1. Now we can apply any one of the formula. You know that we have two formulae. Here we are getting value as a. It is not a numerical value. Hence we can apply any of those two formula. We are applying Sn is equal to a into 1 minus r power n divided by 1 minus r. We are getting this final answer. It is a easy problem. Now we move on to next question. Evaluate summation of k is equal to 1 to 11 2 plus 3k. First we need to expand this expression and then we will find out the answer. So when we apply 1 here, in place of k we substitute 1, we get 2 plus 3, and then in place of k we have to substitute 2. Summation symbol is there, hence we have to add the first term with the second term. Similarly it keeps on going on. We will keep on substituting value of k from 1 to 11. So we get 2 plus 3 and then 2 plus 3 square. This plus sign comes due to the summation sign, and then 2 plus 3 power 3, and then again 2 plus 3 plus 3, and then we need to put the summation sign due to this plus sign. We are putting this plus sign due to the summation, and then k value should be 4. So we get 2 plus 3 power 4, and it keeps on going on up to k value is equal to 11. Now we need to add all of them. If we rewrite this without bracket, this can be written like this, right? And it keeps on going like 2 plus 3 power 11. Here if you take all the 2's together, we get 11 2's, because up to whenever 1 3 comes, 1 2 comes. Number of 2's depends on number of terms here, if you observe it. So there are 11 times there are 2 available, and then apart from it we have 3 power 1, 3 power 2, 3 power 3, and so on. We know that this can be rewritten as 2 into 11. Here if you observe it, it forms an GP. First term is multiplied by second term, so we get 3 squared. Second term is multiplied by the common ratio 3, we get the third term. We can calculate the common ratio by doing this also. By calculating second term by first term, it turns out to be 3. Here r value is greater than 1. Hence we are using a into r power n minus 1 divided by r minus 1 formula. And then we are doing the simplification. We are getting this answer. I hope you can understand this problem. These concepts are very easy to understand if you are very clear with the formula and basic terminologies. Now we move on to next question. Sum of first 3 terms of GP is 39 by 10 and their product is 1. Find the common ratio and the terms. Right, sum of first 3 terms in a GP. In case AP means, I repeat it again, if the question is in AP means sum of first 3 terms of an AP is 39 by 100 and their product is 1, means we take like a in a comma a plus d comma a minus d, like this 3 terms in AP is taken. Here we are having GP. You know that it can be written in the form of a comma ar, and the first term can be written as a divided by r, so that when we do the multiplication, this r value will get cancelled. We will get the value of a cube. Hence we are taking those first 3 terms of a GP as a by r comma a comma r. I hope you can understand this. In this question it is given that sum of the 3 terms is 39 by 10. That is what is written. First term, second term, third terms are put together, they give 39 by 10, and product of its value is 1. Hence if you multiply it, a by r into a into ar, this r will get cancelled, we get a cube. Sum is 1 as it is given in the problem. Hence a cube is equal to 1, means from which we get a is equal to 1. Next we need to find out the value of r. Since we know the value of a, we can substitute that value here and we get 39 by 100. is equal to this expression is equal to 1 by r plus 1 plus r. If we add all of them together by taking LCM, we get this 1 plus r square, and then we can do the cross multiplication. That is what is done here. Now if you multiply this 10 inside the bracket and then simplify it, we are getting the quadratic expression as 10r square minus 29r plus 10 equal to 0. When we factorize it, we are getting it based on the factorization. We get two values for r. When r is equal to 5 by 2, the terms are in place of r, we have to substitute the corresponding values, and these three terms of the GP can be calculated as 2 by 5, 1, 5 by 2. When r value is equal to 2 by 5, we are getting this GP. I hope you can understand this problem. Now we move on to next question. The question is, how many terms of GP 3, 3 square, 3 cube are needed to give the sum 120. Here sum of some particular n terms is equal to 120 and GP is given here. We need to find out how many terms are to be added. So here, based on the observation, we can say that first term is equal to 3 and common ratio is equal to again 3, and sum of n terms, the total is given as 120. Here r value is greater than 1, hence we are using the formula a into r power n minus 1 divided by r minus n. Here our aim is to find out the value of n, number of terms to be added to get the value of 120. Here sum of n terms is given as 120, a value is equal to 3, r value is equal to 3. Our aim is to calculate n value, so it is kept as it is, minus 1 divided by 3 minus 1. 3 minus 1 is 2. We can do the simplification by which we get 3n is equal to 81. From this we can say n value is equal to 4. Hence 4 terms are required. If first 4 terms are added in this GP, we are getting the value of 120. I hope you can understand this problem. Now we move on to the next question. The sum of first 3 terms of a GP is 16 and the sum of the next 3 terms, please observe it, the next 3 terms is added together, which gives the answer as 128. Now we need to find out the first term, common ratio, and the sum of n terms of that particular GP. First we need to find out the GP, from which we need to find out sum of n terms of the GP. In order to form the GP, you know that first term should be calculated and common ratio should be calculated. In order to get these two values only, we are given this information. Let A1, A2, A3, A6 be the first 6 terms of this GP. In the question it is given that first sum of first 3 terms is equal to 16, and in the question it is given that sum of the next 3 terms is 128. Hence we are adding from A4 to A6. A4 plus A5 plus A6 is equal to 128. We have the formula for sum of first 6 terms, 7 terms like this. So in order to find out sum of first 6 terms, if we add them together, we get A1 plus A2 plus A3 plus A4 plus A5 plus A6. That is sum of 6 terms is equal to 16 plus 128. That is 144. We assume first term as A and common ratio as R. And then the first 3 terms, sum of first 3 terms is equal to 16. We are calculating both of them. S6 is equal, sum of 6 terms is equal to A into 1 minus R power 6 divided by 1 minus R. We know that sum of 6 terms is equal to 144, and this formula is written as it is. Sum of 3 terms is equal to 16, and this here we need to find out A and B R value. Hence if we take the ratio of S6 divided by S3, we can cancel out this A and we will have only the one variable in the solution. So only R will exist, then numbers will exist. We can do the cross multiplication and we can simplify it. Finally we will get the value of R. So A got cancelled, this expression will got cancelled. We are getting this. When we do cross multiplication and simplification, we are getting this expression as 1 plus r cube is equal to 9. From this we can say r cube is equal to 8. When r cube is equal to 8 means we got the value of r as 2. Now if we know the value of r, we can easily find out the value of a by substituting in this formula. S3, we know sum of first three terms is equal to 16. R value can be substituted and the remaining we will have only one variable, that is a. By doing simplification we got the value of a. Now we got the value of a as well as r. Using these two we can find out sum of n terms of this particular GP. I hope you can understand this problem clearly. Due to the time limit, I am stopping the video. In the next video, we will discuss some more problems related to it. Thank you, students. Thanks for your cooperation.